must have tasted the dizzying heights of the exalted, been respected and admired, yet have cast it all away for the basest of reasons, which were, as far as Bartolo was concerned, the hidden truths of everything. Hidden, that is, until Bartolo came striding into your life, clutching the nape of your neck, and forced you to stare long and deep into the mirror to see what you could do, would do, will do, are doing, have done. The woman was in that most precarious of moments. She was doing nothing to help the girl. That the girl couldn't be helped was both the least and most critical element. "She's dying," the woman said again, her hands tucked under her armpits as if she were cold despite the 90-degree desert morning, her feet shifting as if she had to urinate. "A cock-sized heat of heroin will do that to you," he said, his voice quiet but ragged, like the sound of a saw cutting bone behind a closed door. He stood up, wiped his wet and grimy face with a black and white checkered bandana, and adjusted his sweat-darkened cowboy hat. "I only came with you because you said there was a way to help her. So what do we do? Why not take her to a hospital? We have to do something." "She's got enough pure H in her now to kill a fucking rhino. There's a drug you could give her that might counteract that, but I don't have any. There's nothing to do but wait until she dies, and then we cut the rest of the product out of her belly." "You don't know that. You're not a doctor." "You can always call 911. He stepped back and leaned against his white pickup, thick arms crossed over his barrel chest, the old truck creaking with his added bulk. "Like you'd let me." "Sure I would. I wouldn't stick around after, of course. You might as well, though. You use your cell phone and they'll know you were here anyway. When someone dies during the commission of a felony, your felony, that's first-degree murder. You ready to ride the needle when it wasn't even your fault? For a girl who's going to die anyway?" He let that sit out there for a while. It'd be easy to reel the woman in later. Give her a few news stories about mules who had survived. Hell, maybe it would be easier than that. The girl might survive the overdose only to die of dehydration alone in the desert. If the woman saw that story, he would fucking own her. Perhaps she would be his first acolyte. It was time to branch out anyway. Why not start with a pretty woman like this one was? On the outside, anyway. Ugly inside now. A perfect match. The things they could do together. But first, they needed to cherish this moment. Worship the girl's birthing. "Bullshit! You'd never let me call 911, the woman said. "You'd be afraid that I'd—" She balled her fists and finally looked him in the eye. "That I'd tell them about you." He shook his head slowly, grinning when she looked away, probably unable to bear seeing her twin miniature distorted selves in his mirrored sunglasses. "I got 10 guys, he said. "All solid citizens who swear I was chasing tail with them down in Mexicali." "You still wouldn't take the chance." "Bigger chance they do something to you. For nothing like the girl, as long as it looks like what it is, they'll sleepwalk through the motions. Then head to the bar early for beers and baseball. That's why we're going to wait a while after she dies to cut her open. So there's no doubt it was the drug that killed her. But for someone like you, they'll break out all the CSI forensic shit to find you. Maybe try to make it go federal. Not worth the risk. Don't pretend like you haven't thought of that." She flinched. What do you mean?" "You see, the girl is suffering. You know we aren't going to do anything." He patted the pistol in his waistband. "And you haven't asked about this, because you know the difference. Now we can walk away from it, and only we know that we were ever here. If we put her out of her misery, that's not manslaughter. It's murder. No statute of limitations. The rest of your life waiting for the knock on the door. Let's get it flopping around on the table. She's gonna die, and we ain't gonna do shit about it." You fuck! You lied when you told me there was something I could do for her just to get me out here, you twisted freak! "No, you're doing something for her right now." The priest's voice